One bright and sunny day, the little panda was busy tidying his room, humming to himself as he organized his books. He placed the ones he hadn't read yet at the front of the shelf, eager to dive into them soon. As he knelt down to clean under his bed, his hand brushed against something large and solid. Puzzled, he pulled out a massive, brightly colored pencil. It was enormous, much bigger than any pencil he remembered owning. Where did this come from? He wondered, a strange feeling tickling the back of his mind. He placed the pencil on his table, feeling a slight tingle in his paws, and went back to cleaning, though the mystery of the pencil lingered in his thoughts. After lunch, the little panda couldn't shake the curiosity that had built up inside him. He decided to test out the big pencil. He sat at his table, and with a flicker of excitement, began to draw. His craving led him to sketch a large, delicious cake, each layer detailed with icing and sprinkles. As he finished, he blew on the drawing to clear the crayon dust, just as he always did. But instead of just seeing his artwork, he felt a rush of wind. He looked up, and there on the table in front of him was the cake he had just drawn, as real as could be. His heart raced with a mix of fear and amazement. At first, the little panda hesitated, unsure if the cake was safe. But curiosity got the better of him. He reached out with a trembling paw, tore off a small piece, and tasted it. To his astonishment, it was the most delicious cake he had ever eaten. His fear melted away, replaced by sheer excitement. Could this pencil really make my drawings come to life? He thought, his mind racing with possibilities. The little panda could hardly believe it. He had stumbled upon a magical tool, one that could bring his wildest food dreams to life. With his newfound power, the little panda began drawing all his favorite foods: chocolate bars, bags of chips, towering ice cream cones, and steaming slices of pizza. Each time, the food appeared right before his eyes, as real and tasty as if it had been freshly made. He indulged in every treat, delighting in his magical ability. Day after day, he drew and ate, his appetite growing more insatiable with each sketch. But as time went on, something began to change. The little panda started feeling sluggish, and his once playful energy was fading. Weeks passed, and the little panda's body began to show the results of his magical feasts. His belly grew round and heavy, his legs became thicker, and even his arms seemed too big for his tiny paws. He found it harder to move, and playing with his friends became a distant memory. One afternoon, after finishing yet another large, cheesy pizza, the little panda felt a sharp pain in his stomach. The room spun around him, and he collapsed to the ground, clutching his belly in agony. When the little panda opened his eyes, he found himself lying on his bed with Dr. Goat standing over him, concern etched on his face. "You've eaten too much, little panda," Dr. Goat said sternly. "Your body can't handle all this food. You need to be careful and eat in moderation, and it's time to start exercising." The little panda's heart sank as he looked at his reflection in the mirror. He barely recognized himself. His once small and agile body was now bloated and round, his movements slow and labored. Determined to get his life back, the little panda made a difficult decision. He picked up the magic pencil, ready to throw it away, but then paused. "Why should I get rid of it?" he thought. "Maybe I can use it to help me, instead of hurting myself."